We're back, it's another vest video, and we got another vest friend. You've all seen Aaron before. So, what we're doing today is smoke alarms. We'll get into that in a second. We're doing 4. This is the rewire video. This is my 6th or 7th day. I'm not sure yet. There's been a lot. And then we're going to go up into the loft, and I'm going to do the loft rewire. That's why Aaron's come to help today, to stick some rods up the holes in the ceiling. In the ceiling, yes, that's right. So, but first of all, I just want to show you around because I've spent a lot of time, a lot of effort on this rewire to try and make it as best as possible. I just thought I'd show it off to you guys to see what you think. First of all, we've got the lounge. So we've got our speaker cables in, we've got our 25mm oval conduit in, we've got our all-round band clipped down. This was the zoning, like I said previous video, for the oven and the kitchen supply. Over here for the lounge, we've got double sockets, we've got dual cat, we've got a cat cable. So I'll find the comment now if I can. A guy said to me, instead of running HDMI, run yourself a Cat 6 in for the TV that can be converted into HDMI. But the customer had already bought the HDMI. How many times can I say HDMI? So I put a Cat 6 in there just in case. We've got the speaker cable, we've got the aerial cable. That's all linked through, all down here. I've had to take the oval off the speaker cable, unfortunately, because there was just too many to go in. It wouldn't fit. I ended up missing one to run an extra one in down there. But coming down, we've got HDMI. I've linked up here with the heat shrink. The Cat 6, I've written HDMI on some heat shrink down here, and we've got all this bank here. This is where it gets exciting. So we've got all our supplies to go down at some point. I've got loads in. We've got loads of Cat 6 cables in and around. These are our floor runs that I've got up. They've been hoovered, they've been tidied. We've cable tied the Cat 6s to be brought out of the way. There and there. We're using the Milwaukee cable stapler as where we can. Coming across to the office, like I've done downstairs, because there's 29 Cat 6 cables that I ran in. Everything's been labelled. I'm gonna have a play with that later because that box definitely isn't big enough as a brush plate to bring through. Office is all done. We've got a new shower cable in that I convinced the customer to get. So we've got all the new cables in, Milwaukee cable stapler, in and down. And coming across into the other bedroom, we've got data split, power on one side, all going across. Aaron's just setting up the red smoke alarm. So it's normal twin and earth, or it's not twin, or 3/4 and earth for the interlinked bottom of the stairs. But what we're doing is, because we're having a smoke alarm downstairs, a heat alarm in the kitchen, a smoke alarm here, a CO2 that is going in the bedroom behind me in the cupboard where the boiler is. I'm also having a smoke alarm that's running out to the shed. So what I'm going to do, so I don't have to double back from the shed, is I'm going to do a joint within the cable, which is fine because you can also bring just a box and just spider all the 3/4 off it because it would still work through the interlink. But it's a rewire, I don't want to be putting any joints under the floor. So right below me here, so right below down there is the light switch in the downstairs toilet. I'm going to cut a box in just above that, have a blank plate that will say smoke alarm interlink connection. This will then allow any joints that aren't within the smoke alarm can be accessed. It allows me to bring, when the armour cable comes in through here, that's being fed out to the shed along the wall on the catenary wire, that can be brought straight in to a whisker box on the outside, convert then into the red smoke alarm 3/4 cable, straight into that box with the joint on. They'll all be interlinked. That's the way I'm going to do it. So, let's crack on. So what I've done, obviously, lasered, I've cut all these holes you've seen from previous videos on the rewire, but I've decided, because this one's got quite full with all the stuff, is just to do a nice little hole for the designated, just for the smokes. And I've missed a hole, just there, fantastic. Aaron's just gone downstairs to get the hoover for us. Because I know it seems stupid, and I know there'll be some keyboard warriors, as if you're hoovering up on the floor, you're only doing it for YouTube. One, yes, I'm doing it for YouTube, to show you guys how simple and easy. It literally took me 15 minutes to clear up all the sawdust I did throughout all the holes. You can just see from one little hole there of the mess I've made. But equally, when the customer's here, because the customer turned up last night who had actually been sleeping, actually no, they ended up going to a travel lodge because there's no power on. I've had to put all the floorboards back down last night. I looped all the cables because everything was just flung over there. So I've looped it all up, put under the floor, but just to make it a bit safer for them to be around. Like, they're happy to be here. I just said, Jesus, please be careful. Not actual Jesus. Anyway, but it just makes the job look a bit better. And I have done this a few times and I haven't filmed it. I'm going to do it more often. Yeah, I've got a really good big hoover that absolutely munches through everything. It looks loads better. And hopefully some of you guys will go, I'll tell you what, I'll try it next time. And if a couple of you do it, then fantastic. And if you don't, No one would know. Yeah, through one more, mate. And then we're gonna go underneath all those datas. So on the menu for tomorrow's lunch, beef hoisin tacos. HelloFresh, if you're busy, self-employed like myself, obviously I do YouTube as well, I really struggle with eating healthy, time management. At least with this, I know what calories I'm eating, I know it's a healthy meal. I've got the instructions to the left of me that tells me how long it's gonna cook and how to cook it, because I do struggle with that. I like to follow instructions. It's a simple and easy way to eat healthy, stay on top of things, tea, lunch, whatever, all for the whole family. I've got a code on at the moment, which is get 60% off for your first box plus free desserts for life. My code is 60NBundy in the link down in the description. Like you say, if you struggle with time or preparation or eating healthy like me, go and check out HelloFresh. Okay, smoke alarms are done, but I will show you through that in a little bit. Aaron wasn't meant to be here, but he's kindly given me his day to help because the whole thing I've done by myself, but upstairs is a pain in the arse. Generally because the amount of time you feed a cable up, you've got to run up and down the loft hatch 1,000 times. But if you are doing it by yourself, there is simple ways that you can do it. You've got 3 rods here that push up into the ceiling. We're using the existing holes in the ceiling because they are actually central. So that is a good way to identify the cable up in the loft. With the chases, we've put 35mm back boxes in. We put 25mm oval into the box, up and through. But what I'm going to get Aaron to do in a little bit is just get a rod that feeds up straight into the ceiling so we can see there. So red rods will be light fittings, yellow rods will be switches. We've already ran the feed here because we had to do it for the smoke alarm circuit, which is up. That's literally going to go across to here, back on to here, and then over to there. And then we're going to do the links over with the cables, but I've got a little 2 toys to play with that's going to make life a bit easier. Unilight MTB 10,000 with an 18 amp with a 5.5 amp 18 volt Milwaukee battery, and another one. I haven't opened one of these on camera, so you get the light, you see, nice and clean. You have a battery cover, which comes off, which has like an IP rated, which has a gasket within here to get a bit more watertight. And then in the box itself, you have the different adapters. So you get the different battery adapters, Makita, Metabo, DeWalt, and Milwaukee. So that slots in, that goes in there. And then you can, if you want to, put the battery cover back over. But to be honest with you, I don't. And you've got your different colour settings, different brightnesses, and then you've got your different colour settings here. And they've both got hooks, but the reason this is a big loft, I want to get all done in one go. I just thought if we put one of these each end with my mask on while Aaron's down here helping me, we've got the cable saver which can jump up there as well. It should make my life much easier because it's about 22 degrees today, hence why we're both wearing vests, and it's going to be hot and sticky. So the quicker we're in and out, the better.
I'm not sure how well you guys can hear me with this, but
Not great.
I wasn't talking to you.
We'll be all right.
It's fine. But I didn't wear my mask the other day when I was chasing the wall down here, and I really suffered for 2 days because I was an idiot. So with this now, I've just got 2 gold screws. These come with the hooks on. So that is all illuminated, hunky-dory. Got my cat cable from the other day, so we'll see where the customer wants that running. There's loads of VIR running everywhere, so we're going to snip all that out. But you can see how bright the loft is. So I feed cable up. Around the smoke alarm, down, across, which is the CO2. This is the light switch. Okay, Aaron, you can pull that back down, mate. Oh, has that got the cable attached to it? Has that got the cable on it? Yeah. All right, okay, sounds. Yeah, I'll have it back. Haha. Yeah? Okay, there's loads on that, so keep pulling, mate. Okay, cut that. I need a cable back up the last light switch, which is going to feed the loft with power. I am dripping. Anyway.
Right, I've just took the mask off. I've just finished. As you can see the horrible, hideous marks on my face. Super chuffed, super happy. Have a look at this. So we've got a fan feed up there, we've got our lights. I've cut a piece of wood, the one that I'm kneeling on, screwed down. We've got a light switch, we've got a socket, we've got our cat cables. Everything is clipped across, coming across, down for the light switches. Gone to the far ones, they've all been tucked down, in and around. And as and where we can, we've clipped them across the beams. We've got the dual smoke alarms, we've got the feed, we've got everything up. So time to get the lights, time to come down and get a drink, and I'll show you. Right, it's been a long day. We're sitting at just shy of 4 o'clock. Aaron's going around with the PVA, sealing it all up for me. I'm going to bond it now. Unfortunately, the customer was just behind me a lot long ago as we were doing it, and his wife rang, and she said, "How's it going? Is it nearly done?" And obviously my eyebrows went, "What?" And I think she thought I was going to be done today, which obviously wasn't the case, and the customer knows that. But it was a bit like, oops. But I've just ended up having to do this. If you remember this from the other videos, is all the datas, all 29 of them. I put them into a 35mm back box. I cut every single grommet at the bottom to be 25mm, with some grommets, with some all-round band, coming up the wall. I've had to put some CT1 in it to hold it in place because the bricks were going everywhere. I put that piece of conduit in just to space it out, to hold it and brace it. So yeah, and then what I've done as well, it's bits come off now, but if you get some brick dust and blow it on the top of the CT1, silicone, whatever, it allows you to adhere bonding quite easily to it. But this is all our runs. Our smoke alarms all went in. We've got them linked up here for next week to drop down to the fuse board. We've got that one in here. We've got the one in here, last one on the ring, which is for the CO2, and then downstairs in the downstairs toilet. Sorry, it's quite dark in here. That's the light for the wall. And up there, we have our 3 with a single patch was coming down for our connections, and then I'll just do a blank plate on that, and it'll just say smoke alarm or smoke alarm connection to shed, that sort of stuff. Love you, leave you here. It's been a long day, it's been a hot day, it's been a sweaty day. I've been wearing that mask, I've been licking my lips, they're sore as hell. And now I've got to spend probably the next 2 hours bonding everything so I can come back on Monday, do all this sort of stuff. One last little thing before I go. I've got Aaron to get the Stanley knife out, the wallpaper from where I'm about to bond it. So no bonding sticks on that, and obviously when they pull the wallpaper off in a little bit, it's not going to pull the bonding with it. So just another little tip that I'm picking up as I'm doing all this sort of stuff. So thank you very much for watching. Love you, bye. Me again, jumping back in. It is currently 2 minutes past 7. We are 45 minutes away from home. I'm going to attach some pictures of the plastering that's been done throughout. Aaron, thank you very much. That McDonald's breakfast I bought you this morning was a good payment for the day. But yeah, I'm just proving to you guys, I do work hard, I promise. And it's job well done. The customers just turned around and said how much better it looks with a bit of bonding in. It just means Monday morning when I turn up, I can start second fixing straight away. Nice and quiet. I can do it early if I want to, because obviously with the kids next door, I've said that a million times. But yeah, bye. 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 Bye.